5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
The Galactic Dads Podcast, a podcast by geeky dads, talking about all things geek, dad life,
I am the father,
and beyond.
language.
Welcome to the Galactic Dads Podcast. We are your dad destination for all things geek, dad life, and beyond. That can include bits of dad advice for any of your daddy issues. We talk comics, video games, TV shows, movies, and oh so much more. And today that will include daddy issues of summertime fun, what to do with the kids, what we're up to. We're also going to talk a little bit about TV. Laser Eric's joined me with a Star Trek Discovery update.
Yep, so be ready to turn the outro music on early.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. Yep. I have a lot of fun with that. We'll also talk about Comics Day. Benjamin Percy's run on Wolverine just ended with Wolverine number 50, which was also the conclusion of the Sabretooth War, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And we'll also talk about Helleverine number 1 and which two characters mashed up that is. So we'll be talking about all those things and more. So stick around. Oh, yeah. Now we're jumping right in. We're going to skip Beers of the Week this week.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I don't really. I mean, it's kind of middle of the day. I don't think that's a smart move.
Yeah. It seems kind of silly.
Yeah. But we will go ahead and just jump right into daddy issues because, you know, school's out. All of you dads out there listening, now you got to do something with your kids during the day. It's wild.
Which you would think with school being out that we would be more prone to doing Beers of the Week, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Kids are already taken care of. It's not that bad. So I'm just moving on.
No, it could be far worse. So yours have been out for what, a week now?
Yes, 1 week.
Cool.
Week. And we, my wife had this great idea to start a tradition every year that the kiddo gets out of school the next day. We head to Six Flags.
Those wives love their traditions, don't they?
They do. They do. Mine's just, getting passed out drunk in front of the TV at night. But yeah, let's make memories instead of erasing them. So
yeah, whatever you got to do is fine.
Oh, it's good. It's good though. It gives me a reason to go to Six Flags every year.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with that. I will say though, big shout out to Six Flags. I feel like there's been an investment in getting quality rides.
They've definitely brought their game up. And also, have you looked into season passes over the past couple of years?
Yeah, we've got them.
Yeah, they're pretty reasonable.
They are incredibly reasonable.
Yeah, which, I mean, they used to be, they've always been relatively, okay, but...
2 to 3 trips covers it.
Yeah, but comparing, 10 years ago, comparing the park to what you would pay for the season pass is do I even want to go 3 times?
Do I need to?
Yeah, am I going to be bored after the first one? But I feel like they've stepped their game up a bit.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because I'd hate to see, you never want to see a business like that close, but I'd really hate to see it, shut down or something like that. I'd much rather still have that option.
Well, it definitely looks like the opposite to me.
Good.
They've got lots of new rides opening up, a lot of good construction going on, which I'm all for.
That's what I like to hear. Did you go to the water park at all?
It wasn't open yet. It actually opened the day after we were there, and I was completely okay with that. I don't want to do big water parks.
Dude, I am so hit and miss on water parks because I love them. I love water slides. You ever been on a water coaster?
No.
Yeah, it'll change your life once you do. It's freaking
For
great.
the better? Or
oh, yeah,
what are we talking
it's definitely
about here?
for the better. It's fantastic. But, I love water parks, but there is also that little piece of, do I really want to deal with all of the water park shenanigans that are required?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to go to Six Flags and deal with all of the families and all of the various things that entails.
So much silliness involved. It's just not even
same
fun.
Body of water. I'm just kind of I'm all right.
Right. People pee in it.
And hard pass. And if that's the worst they do, I think we're lucky. I mean, honestly.
Right, exactly.
Because some people you can just be like, so this is like your first shower, huh? Like in a while. Yeah, I don't really want to get in the pool with you.
Yeah, and they're all shellacked in sunscreen, which, that's wonderful to ingest, right?
Oh, yeah.
It might be
That's really
coconut scented, but I don't know if it's coconut flavored.
good. It actually just tastes like regret. That's what happens.
Yeah,
You
pretty
just
much.
want to get
Like,
out
why
of there.
am I here?
But I will, like the water park, though, when we went to Great Wolf Lodge, kid loved it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, Great Wolf doesn't mess around.
yeah. So I'm sure the kids would love it. That's just not something I want to really put up with right now.
Right. That's a Tuesday when it's super warm and there's not a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
Yeah, but not on a Saturday, not right after school ended, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Hard pass.
Yep.
But the rides were pretty cool. It
That's
was fun.
awesome.
We did our first, let's take the kid all the way up to the ride, then make them wait on the other side while we go because they're not tall enough. But I'm not going to not ride the Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that was fun. But the kid's so sweet. She was like, "Did you see me wave to you?"
Aw.
And I was like, "No, I was inverted. I don't know." I'm sorry. If I knew
Sorry,
you
I
were,
was
if I
inverted.
thought you were going to be standing where I could see you, I would have looked for you and waved. Yes.
Right. I was
But-
too busy enjoying myself on this ride.
Yeah, I was having fun.
Dude, do you remember when we were kids and you would literally have to wait 2 hours for Batman?
Yeah.
And they had snack carts in the middle of the line because you would be in the line long enough that it would make sense.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
now I'm like, I think I waited maybe 5 minutes.
Right.
Maybe.
Right. It's
It-
beautiful.
It was great. But I also, usually that first day we go, it's a pretty chill crowd.
Yeah, there's not that many people there because you guys got out of school early. We still had another week after you guys got out.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that because that means when we go, it's good. But, the school district has all those days worked in and it's fun. So we just get out earlier and then
Yep.
summer begins.
Which is funny because your school district has snow days every time the wind blows.
Yeah, that really bothers me.
Yeah, well, that's because half the people in your school district live in huts in the woods.
Country roads.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get home.
Yes, sir, absolutely. If we had reindeer, you guys would be the perfect candidates for them.
Yeah, we'd sure take them. But it makes it sound like I live terribly far away. My streets were all fine. But,
Oh, absolutely.
But apparently it's a large district and it does cover a lot
Yeah,
of rural
dude,
area.
geographically, it's got so much rural,
so stupid.
middle
But
of nowhere.
I understand.
Yep. So
We'll
kinda
take
is what
it.
it is. But we, my kids got out yesterday, and that was cool because I know they were both excited to be off. My oldest finished 5th grade, so he is leaving elementary school for middle school. So there was a bunch of fanfare. We had a whole awards assembly for all the students and everything. And then later in the day, they did the clap out, which is, where all the 5th graders walk through the entire school and all the classes clap for them as they leave and all of that. And the wife and I went up and attended that. And it was a good time. It was
That's
cute.
cool.
Some of the kids had a lot of emotion. Some of them didn't.
Time to see them off.
Exactly.
gotcha.
But yeah, it was fun. And we took him out to eat last night. The oldest had soccer practice because he always has soccer practice. But
It's what you do.
yeah, exactly.
There is no free time.
No, for sure. But yeah, we went out to dinner last night, went to Pizza Ranch, and they've got the little game room and everything. So the kids got to binge on pizza and ice cream, and they got to play some video games, and everybody's happy.
Okay, so Pizza Ranch is a new thing for me.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm familiar with the concept of the pizza buffet.
Right.
We're talking CC's, other
Pizza
ones.
Street.
Yeah, that's it.
There was another one, too, but I don't remember it.
And I remember when Pizza Hut had the pizza buffet for lunch.
Yes.
You could go, and it was awesome.
Yes, it was so good.
I don't think they do that anymore. But anyway,
No.
there is an item at Pizza Ranch that you are quite fond of that
Yeah.
I don't think the average person is even aware is on the menu there.
Yeah, if you go to Pizza Ranch, if you go to a Pizza Ranch buffet, and they're not just in the St. Louis area, there are some throughout the Midwest, get the fried chicken. Their fried chicken is much better than it should be, considering it's a buffet and it's a pizza place.
Yeah.
Yeah, their fried chicken is solid.
Is it a fried chicken pizza, or are we just talking like a bucket of chicken?
Oh, I'm talking about like, KFC style, like you pick your piece and it's got bones and all that action. Oh, it's good stuff.
Got bones in there.
Oh yeah.
There's bones in my pizza.
But they do all the specialty pizzas too, the mac and cheese, the taco pizza, the buffalo chicken. They do the Logan's a big fan of the chicken bacon ranch. He likes that one a lot.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good stuff.
And then they have all the dessert pizza, which that's where I struggle is I can keep myself under control with most of the food there, but then when it comes to dessert pizza, I need 2 pieces of every flavor.
Yeah, I gotta know what I'm trying here.
Absolutely. And I don't stop until I've had all of them. And then they have the pizza cookie, which my wife could eat half of one in one sitting because they're delicious and it's
Absolutely.
good stuff.
Yeah. So obviously this episode brought to you by Pizza Ranch. They're not paying us. We were paying them to eat, so it was great. But anyway, I just want to point that out.
Now they do, if you bring your kids, you pay 99 cents per year of their age.
Oh, cool.
So like in your case, your oldest is going to cost you like $7 and your youngest is going to cost you like $4.
Yeah, I know. That sounds great.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. You get a little bit older and, I think Logan costs us $11, $11.50 and then,
wait a minute.
costs us like $7.
Wait, does that continue in pricing? Or is there a flat rate for adults?
Oh, there's a flat rate for adults. That would be very unfair if I had to pay like $41 for a freaking buffet.
Better be lobster on this pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly.
I'll take the snow crab. But anyway, yeah. So, fun stuff with summer coming up. You got any other big plans for summer vacation?
Yeah, so, Logan's a Boy Scout, so we're doing the Boy Scout summer camp here in a few weeks, and I'm going with him. So that'll be awesome. And then Barrett is a Cub Scout, so I'll be taking him to summer camp as well at some point. We haven't got that planned. And then Steph and I are currently in the planning process of trying to do a few days at Wisconsin Dells before they go back to school.
Fun.
I don't know how that's going to look, but I'm hopeful. We found a couple of places that are pretty reasonable, and, we're looking to get that done right before school starts, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues with our schedules and all that fun stuff.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, it's a good getaway. The Dells isn't too far from here either.
No, it's not.
So, it's not a bad drive. What about you?
I actually flirt with the idea of taking the children to a beach.
I flirt with that all the time.
But I'm just, the reality of what that really looks like is just ginormous. Like, it's so complicated because that means you obviously have to be in a car for a while, and I'm not going to do that, so that means we're flying.
Right.
And I don't think flying would be that bad with my kids. I think the anxiety of flying with the children is what would make or break it for my wife.
So flying with kids, at least in my experience, we took both boys down to Florida. I think Barrett was 6 months old. So he was still a baby. Like we were taking a stroller through
at the gate? Yeah.
For me, the flying part of it wasn't bad, but getting through all the logistics at the airport with 2 little kids made me want to hurt people.
Yeah. See, that's it. The whole aspect of air travel with kids does not sound fun. That, and my youngest he's not his best self when it comes to listening. So
he's a toddler boy.
He is going to bail at the airport terminal, and I don't feel like chasing. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to be where we're going.
Well, Lambert does have that play area.
So that's true. Well, it depends which terminal you're in.
I think, and don't quote me on this because I'll be honest, I don't look for it when I go, but I think there's one in both terminals.
You do. Are you sure it's not the pet relief area? Because that would also work for my son. Like I could put him in there and he'd be okay too.
Yeah, just send him in the grass and have him run around on all fours for a while.
He does.
Be in a corner.
He does like to urinate in public now.
Got it.
He will. Respect it. Yeah. He will drop trow in full view of a parking lot and just go ahead and let it go. And I'm like, dude, come on. And then I've had several pull over to the side of the road and let's show traffic moments already. But when he's got to go, it's fine.
When you got to go, you got to go. I had back in the day, I remember I was working at EB Games, when I was much younger, before I'd started like my official career and everything. And there was a kid that was in there playing one of the demo games or whatever. And I guess he had to go to the bathroom, and we were inside of a Dierberg's. Like we were in one of the old video rental places.
Yeah.
So he could have easily like ran into Dierberg's, gone and take a leak and come back. But instead he walked outside. We had an outside door, and he walked directly out the outside door and just peed on the rose bush right next to the door.
If you had to guess, how old was this kid?
No older than 6.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
You get a pass.
Yeah.
Like, people frown on it when we do it.
34.
Yeah. 34 is the age when you can like 30. Actually, what is that? What's the cutoff? When you see?
What is the cutoff to where it's no longer funny if you pee in public?
Yeah. It's somewhere. It's probably a little younger than we think, because
I think at like 11.
Yeah, I think once you hit double digits, it's no longer funny. It's what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you get to that preteen level, and it's like, you should know better, I think. Like, I think you should know better enough that you should know better. Like, you need to stop peeing in public.
Yeah. The only time when those rules completely all go out the window,
Vegas.
float trips.
Oh,
yeah,
float trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas counts too. Vegas, yeah. Or New York subway.
Yes.
Wherever, whenever.
San Francisco. Yeah, the whole city.
You know, there's a lot more exceptions to these rules than I thought. Now we're listing them.
Now that we're thinking about it, maybe this isn't as uncommon as we thought.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it is what
Maybe
it
it's
is.
time to break society. Let's just all start going outside again.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go check the bushes out front.
All right, just watch your step. I did before. Yeah, it's fine.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, so it's awesome. Good daddy issues, though. Like, no
Oh, yeah.
horror stories yet.
No. And you know, summer vacation is awesome. Mm-hmm. The trick is keeping the kids occupied to a degree.
Yeah.
So they don't turn into cabin fever and, you know, everything like that. And the only thing I really dislike about summer vacation is everything's so bloody expensive.
It really is.
Yeah, because, I mean, we got to send the kids to, like, daycare or something during the day. And this is the last year we can send Logan because he's 11. And next year he'll be 12, so he'll be aged out. But we got to pay for it.
Yeah, that sucks.
And, you know, it beats him sitting around and not having anything to do. So I'm good with that. But we gave him the option. We told him he could either go for his last year or he could stay home, you know, deal with being home by himself from time to time. But if he did stay home, we would send him to more weekly activities because obviously the cash flow is reallocated at that point. But,
right.
You know, he decided to go with the daycare thing, and, you know, that's good for him. If that's what he wants to do, I'm not going to fight him for it.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Go.
It's cool. We'll just keep him busy.
Yeah. All right. That's good. I like it. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I still got the summer school option for the kiddos.
That's good.
Which, again, isn't free, but mostly free. It's cheaper, but my youngest is still in daycare anyway.
Right. So it's not much of a difference.
I'm only half the way out of the daycare cost battle. Gosh.
You will soon feel the joys of that raise.
You'll know. You'll know. Don't, like, I might not tell everyone, but there's going to be signs. There's going to be signs. My God, dude, are you ordering DoorDash again? Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not paying for daycare anymore.
Did you fill your tank of gas? What are you doing?
You didn't even look at the pump while it was going. My God. Anyway.
No, you can't look. It'll just ruin your day.
Oh, well. I'm at the pump pretty often.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I try not to look. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's all you can do.
You know what else it is, though?
What's that?
It's time.
It's time.
Time to move on to TVs, because you got a show you want to talk to us about, don't
I
you?
got a little bit of action to talk about. Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's TV time, man.
TV time.
I like it. Because
Yep.
I've been doing a little TV watching.
Yeah.
There's a new show out over on Netflix. There's always a new show out on Netflix, I feel like. But it's not comic book related because, well, let's be honest. The only thing comic book related I want to talk about right now, we covered last episode.
Right.
It's X-Men 97,
Right.
and we don't have any more new episodes. So
Nothing new yet.
Which, by the way, if you guys are just listening, go ahead, check out our previous episode. It'll be the one right beneath this, wherever you're getting your podcast at, and you will be happy you did.
Better get watch X-Men 97 and then go back and listen to the episode.
That should just be done.
It should be
done.
That
is required reading.
It should be done.
Required watching.
You and I both know that there are people out there that have not finished watching it.
Oh, it's so good.
Looking at you, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at you, buddy.
You know what? After you watch it and then you listen to us, go watch the Honest trailer.
Yes,
the Honest trailer very was good.
Really funny.
It was a very good one. And it also made me feel old.
Yes, there was a little bit of old feeling there.
They were like, oh, look at this nostalgia. Oh, look at this mirror being held up to me, telling me how old I actually am. Oh, my God.
Look at Gambit and Forge combating to see who can be the biggest himbo bro of the X-Men.
Still love it. Looking good.
Oh, yeah.
Love
absolutely. It. Absolutely. So,
what's that skip intro button doing here? There's no way I'm skipping this.
Crank it up.
But, yeah, so aside from X-Men 97, though, what are you watching? You're super stoked.
I got myself in a little bit of trouble with the wife because I didn't wait for her, but it's cool. I will go back.
I can't believe you're even admitting that on the show you know she doesn't listen to.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I admitted it to her, so it's okay. So
the stones on this guy.
I've got to start out by saying, so Star Trek Discovery, I have had a love-hate relationship with this show. Damn it.
I'm just kidding.
That'd be really funny as if you couldn't turn that off. It would be really, really funny.
I can. That's not the button that's broken. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. So
love-hate relationship.
Yeah, love-hate relationship. Season 2 was excellent. Season 1 was decent. 2 was excellent. 3 was 4 was horrible.
Hang on a second. How many seasons are there?
They are finishing the 5th as we speak, and the 5th is the last season for the show.
Yeah, I tell you what, once I finish the 5th, it's the last
right,
for the evening for sure. Yeah.
I thought I was going to need a 5th to finish this series, but I was committed at this point.
So wait a minute. Season 5 is currently airing?
Yes, actually the series finale dropped today.
Oh, do you want to just end this whole recording and go watch it?
No, because I'm not caught up.
Oh, okay.
I'm only like 3 to 4 episodes into the 10-episode season.
Fair enough.
I've gotta say, like, I hated season 4. It was too, I don't know. It wasn't story driven enough for me. It was too narrative driven. Like I don't know. It was just too like, how do you feel? And it sucked, and I hated it. And it was terrible. But so season 5, I walked in with pretty tempered expectations, but they've definitely brought it around. It's much more along the lines of a Star Trek show, which I like. It's not, there's still a little bit of the feelings and stuff like that, still a little bit of that part because that's an ongoing theme of the show. But the storyline, the way they're chasing it, the characters that they're bringing in and what they're doing with the characters, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of intrigue, it's fun. There's a little bit of that, like, scientific wonder thing that Star Trek always has.
Yeah. That
they have in this season, and it's actually really enjoyable to watch. I find myself wanting to continue watching it, which is
that's good.
Far cry from season 4, where it was like, please just let this end before I kill myself.
I might just stop watching.
Right, exactly. It's like everybody asks, like, when did you give up on The Walking Dead? It's like, when did you give up on Star Trek Discovery? But season 5 is definitely worth a watch. I'm really enjoying it, having fun. They brought in a new character. His name's Raynor. He's a very crotchety old man.
Okay.
And it's really hilarious watching him interact with other people. Because, he was supposed to, in the most recent episode that I watched, he was supposed to introduce himself to some of the members of the crew, and he had them come in, and he's like, in 20 words or less, tell me something about yourself. And then after they got done saying the 20 words, he's like, okay, you're dismissed. Like, it was great. I'm like, man, this guy's either a jerk or like there's something about him that works.
Incredibly efficient.
It's hilariously funny. Kind of reminds me of Ron Swanson a little bit from Parks and Rec.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'll watch that. That's good.
It's entertaining though, and I'm curious to see how it's going to end. I'm looking forward to continuing to watch it till it's over, and I'm going to have to watch it again because I watched it without my wife.
Well, at least she wants to watch it with you.
That's true. The problem is we kind of have divergent schedules a little bit.
That'll happen.
And yeah, like usually by the time I'm ready to watch TV, she's ready to go to bed.
Yeah, she's like already half asleep.
But she also gets up at like 5 in the morning, and I don't. So I'm not
Yeah.
going to beat her up over that. It's just a challenge.
I get it.
Yep. I also want to keep watching Fallout too, but I haven't been able to do that.
Oh man, I haven't been able to catch up on Fallout either though.
It's such a fun, like, I love that show just because I love the games. So watching the show is just very entertaining for me.
Definitely on my list to continue watching.
Yes.
But I also have been putting in the quality TV time.
Yep.
And that's
yep.
important. You have to, work on all areas of your dad
Mm-hmm.
life. And one of those includes making sure your wife still loves you.
Exactly.
So, just putting in time. So we've been watching, there's a TV show over on Hulu called The Veil.
Okay. I've heard of that.
It's like a spy thriller kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Decent show. It has the woman from Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
Elizabeth Moss, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah. But anyway, good show. Nice little twist in there. I was like, all right, I can get down on a little spy thriller. That's cool.
Steph found ER on Hulu.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So she's been kind of going through that, and I'll watch a little bit of it with her, which...
You ever watch that and you're like, oh, this is so 90s?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching it the other day, and they got, like, they were in the surgical prep room where they're all washing their hands. It's all the ceramic sinks and the sea foam, like, gas chamber green walls.
Yeah, somebody's in there smoking.
Oh,
yeah. All right. Somebody ash my cigarette for me before we close this patient up.
Somebody's going to have to ash my pipe before I finish. Can't do it myself.
Dude, that is wild. Thinking about stuff like this, completely off topic, but I remember when I worked in the hospital, there were holes in some of the desks, in like the call rooms and where you would do your charting.
Yeah.
And people would wonder what the holes were for.
They were for ashtrays.
They were ashtray holes.
That's hilarious.
Like, so you're telling me your doctor would come bedside and with a cigarette lit, just be like, well, you got ghost in your blood. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, realistically, if you're already in the hospital, like, what difference does it make, right?
Oh, it's just wild because now we're like, smoking is so bad for you. But to think that your doctor used to come to your bedside with Marlboro lit.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Then you wonder, like, okay, is it an ultralight? Is it a light? Is it a red?
Did he just bite the filter and spit it out? What is he
dude
doing?
Smoking a clove cigarette in a hospital? Like, what does that even mean?
He's just nuts. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's one of the cool things about like finding old shows on TV. Like, you go back and look at the X-Men comics from the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you pay attention, you realize that Gambit and Wolverine were always smoking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
All
Nick
the
Fury, Eye Patch Nick Fury, the original one, portrayed by David Hasselhoff in that wonderful, fine
Oh, yeah.
film. But anyway, he also smoked. Like smoking was cool and sexy.
Yep.
And I'm surprised Captain America wasn't just smoking all the time too.
Right,
But,
right. Yeah, you'd think he'd be the poster boy for Marlboro Reds.
I know, right?
Like,
But anyway, yeah, it's like when you look back at these old things now, we can see them again with like the lens of today. You're like, oh my, that would never happen. That would, like, Wolverine doesn't smoke. Still drinks, still kills people violently with his claws.
oh, yeah, that violence would be
But
there.
we can't sway children by letting them think smoking is cool.
Makes me wonder if they'll ever do a live action or an animated version of I forget which issue of X-Men it is, where Nightcrawler and Wolverine take Colossus to a bar.
Oh, and they
And
give
he
him
gets-
a bar fight with Juggernaut.
They get him in a bar fight with Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see that on screen, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Wolverine just sat at the bar and smoked and drank the whole time.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
That was right after Colossus' sister Magic dies.
Yeah.
For the first time.
First
I guess?
time, yeah. It was that, and I think he split with Kitty Pryde.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think he split with Kitty Pryde right around that time.
That's right.
And, and I think he did it in rather not great fashion because I think Wolverine was like, no, I want to see him get his ass kicked. He deserved it.
That's exactly what happened. That's a good issue, by the way.
No, it's an awesome
I
issue.
can't remember if that's a Claremont issue or not. Chris Claremont.
If it's Claremont, it's early.
I don't know. He did a lot. Like, he was there for a long time.
Because I think that was like X-Men like 180 something, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Thought it
I
was
mean, I
the
have the
Bible
power
ones.
of the internet right here at my fingertips.
Right.
but-
You've got the magic Google box.
Actually, you know what? Cloud9 has that comic on the wall.
Ha!
Right meow.
Right. Meow.
Right meow.
Okay.
By the way, well, we'll talk about it in comics.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, so season 5.
Yep. Watch
Looking to
season
end,
5 of
hopefully.
Discovery. Yep.
Very
And
good.
hopefully it'll end on a strong note. If it continues the pace it's going, I think it will, which is great. And
Excellent.
Fallout's next on my list. I can't wait. And then you found a new gem on Netflix, didn't you?
I did. I
Yeah.
did. And it's actually, it's funny. It's funny. If you enjoy the comedy stylings of Shane Gillis, you're going to love the show on Netflix, Tires. Because
wait to watch it.
it's just, it's a bunch of guys working at a tire shop. And it's very funny. Very funny.
I cannot wait to watch that. I'm curious. Like, I bet you I'm going to watch it. I'm going to sit here and be like, yeah, that could definitely happen. Yep, that could definitely happen.
I feel like a lot of stuff on that show could definitely happen
Whether
so
you
far.
want to know or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
probably could.
But most of it, I mean, I'm like 3 episodes deep, and it's still like it's just hilarious. The situations and the way that these people interact with each other and just look to undermine each other's authority is so fun. It's just fantastic. So, yeah, definitely go check out Tires. If you're looking for like constant stand-up comedy, then you're probably going to be disappointed
Yeah.
because it's a sitcom. And there's like a story to go through on each episode. So it's like that, but it's almost like The Office, except for it's an auto shop with some of your favorite comedians doing
I
it.
think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yep.
So definitely go check out Tires over on the Netflix. And if you've got Paramount Plus, which, by the way, I do,
There you go.
because of Nickelodeon.
Yep.
My kiddo loves all the stuff over on that.
Yep.
By the way, Blaze, what
Blaze-
can't that guy
Blaze
do?
and the Monster Machines. Yeah.
That's right,
Do
man.
everything.
I'm like, I could use a. I bet Blaze is a very expensive car, but that's okay.
Probably. That drivetrain by itself, like, yeah, holy crap.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it just handles.
I want my truck to be able to wave at other trucks with its tire.
Hell yeah.
Actually, no, I don't. That's scary.
That would be scary. But man, the way it grips the road, you wouldn't believe.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of, oh man, I just missed it. I had a perfect transition right there.
I
Oh.
screwed it up.
You know what though? But Blaze is a talking monster truck,
Yeah.
and there's another talking monster vehicle that we can cover in comics.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. You want to get there?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Oh yeah. What a weird transition though. But
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking about
okay.
Monster Car.
Yes, Monster Car. Good.
Okay, Monster Car good. Normal boring car bad. But anyway, so we were talking about Cloud9 Comics. I currently have a pull and hold with them. It feels good to be a weekly comic book guy again, to have a pull and hold and checking out new titles and stuff. It's so much fun.
I was wondering where you were going now.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, your previous pull and where that was and everything like that. And,
Yeah. That was a thing.
yeah, that was a whole
Yeah.
endeavor, of course. But, yeah, I was curious where you were going for your polls now. So it's good that you found a good spot.
Cloud9, baby. And it's perfect because it's on my way.
Love it.
It is quite literally by my house, and I love that. It's
Love
fantastic.
it. That's great.
Yeah, so if you guys are local, you should definitely check out Cloud9. They have a shop located in Lake St. Louis.
Yep.
And, man, they find some gems. They find some good keys, and they price them right.
That's
which is
awesome.
why I've been picking up some stuff lately, which is pretty cool.
That's
But they
awesome.
also do new comics, which is fantastic. And this week I picked up Helleverine #1.
Helleverine.
Hell yeah. It's Wolverine and Ghost Rider were put together, and it's exactly how you think it looks.
If that isn't the most 90s book currently being published, it should be.
It is right up there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's right behind Cable. Which, by the way,
Love it.
the new Cable series is entertaining as well, too.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Okay.
check that out.
Sweet.
Oh, speaking of 90s, Marvel's current crossover event, Blood Hunt, is a vampire-driven storyline.
Oh my gosh.
So Blade's out there doing his thing, looking awesome. And the Midnight Suns are back for this event.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
So very 90s kind of thing going on over at Marvel, but in a good way.
That's great.
In a good way. And then, of course, Wolverine's still doing well. Issue number 50 just hit, end of the Sabretooth War.
Nice.
Which is good. I was a little concerned. Let's just say it. So they debuted Wolverine's adamantium armor suit.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how well the armor went for Daredevil or Spider-Man or Cap?
Yeah, it went great.
Yeah.
Great.
They were all terrible.
Yeah.
So I was concerned that this was going to be equally as terrible.
It's not quite as equally terrible.
It's still a little ridiculous, but it's bloody, violent, and cool.
It's a little ridiculous, but less bad.
Absolutely. So essentially, it's like, armor Wolverine.
That's awesome.
But he's cool. It was super cool. The event is good. I haven't finished reading it. I have all of the issues, though.
Oh, sweet.
And I just picked up the last one yesterday. But funny story, all this dad time kind of stuff gets in the way of just sitting down and reading comics.
Oh, right.
But I still got them. I'm happy.
Well, you still got them, so they're there when you do have time.
Well, I had time, and I allocated it to reading Helleverine #1 because let's talk about it. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, what's this about?
Ghost Rider Wolverine is just cool. To see someone with flaming claws walking around with a metal skull, which is obviously adamantium, and the hair and face is just flame. That's so cool. It is so Wolverine, and it's so fun.
That's so crazy.
And it takes the kind of like campier aspects of Ghost Rider, and they add like this kind of like harder demonic edge to it.
Huh.
So you know how Ghost Rider works, right? Like
Yeah.
the demon is bonded to Danny Kitch or Johnny Blaze, and that's what causes the appearance, and then he does the work or whatever. Well, same concept here, except for this particular demon is one of Mephisto's favorites, and
nice.
it had an original host that was like conceived in a more like demonic worshiping cultish kind of way, like kind of darker stuff with some human sacrifices, and I was like, whoa. And this is like the first 5 panels of this issue, and I was like, what did I just pick up? But then, of course, it kind of moves on, and they show you where the first Helleverine came from, and it was somebody took Ghost Rider and it was like Weapon Hellfire. It's like Weapon X. And I'm like, I bet Logan's real tired of being abducted to be, so like the next military grade weapon is actual Hellfire that they're trying to weaponize. And, so you have that whole program come up. But it's cool because it gives you villains to work with.
That's great.
Which I guess is what you really need.
Yeah,
if you have
unique
a new character.
villains you got to have a unique villain if you've got a new unique character.
Yeah. But the cool part is the Helleverine is not Logan.
Okay.
And you're just like, oh, wait.
Huh.
Then who is it? And by the end of the first issue, they tell you who it is.
Huh.
And it's kind of surprising because this character was just in the Sabretooth War and got completely disrespected by the army of Sabretooths. So, to see this character back in this role so soon is refreshing, I would say. But then it also kind of makes sense because you're like, oh, I bet that person probably would have gone to hell.
It's cool to see that they haven't just been blown off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
So it's a cool series. The art on it is fantastic, and the writing is fun and just kind of out there in campiness, but it's good. It's fun.
I bet with all the fire and everything, I bet it's a blast to read.
Oh, it is. It's incredibly violent. Not as violent as Sabretooth War, so.
Okay.
But it's still Wolverine and demons and crap, so it gets pretty rough.
Yeah, it's every bit as violent as you would expect it to be.
And hope it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I'll have to look for that.
Speaking of which, I did add a new book to my pull and hold.
Okay.
Because even though Benjamin Percy's done on Wolverine right now, the new series is coming out, and it's got art by Greg Capullo.
Okay.
Who was on Batman for a while.
That's awesome.
And just recently made a switch over to Marvel, which is great because him doing Wolverine is just, it's butter.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
It's beautiful to look at. On Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter, he shares some of his art, like the pencils.
Okay.
Oh, it's just so beautiful.
Nice.
And then, of
I'm gonna
course,
look those up.
the inks and all that stuff only make it look better, and it's just beautiful. And then Jonathan Hickman is writing the series now.
Oh, fantastic.
No. So the tagline for the series, which I believe is just called like Wolverine Revenge,
Yeah.
is the best there is by the best there are. I was like, ooh, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Because, of course, Jonathan Hickman is responsible for the Krakoa era of X-Men.
Yeah. Is he still on X-Men or is he
is
off?
not.
I
He's
didn't
off
think
now.
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was only there for 2 to 3 years.
Right.
And the Krakoan era literally is ending right now.
Yeah.
And, it's not a good time to be a mutant again. Which, you know.
Poor mutants.
Yeah, I get they get such a bad rap, dude.
Right.
A bad rap, man.
I just hope Cassandra Nova doesn't show back up.
Oh, yeah, she might. I know
Yeah.
we skip movies, but let's just go ahead and talk about it. Do you think that's Cassandra Nova in the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer?
That is what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
And I could see it. It would make sense, because you've got a stable of quote unquote evil mutants, and you don't have very many others.
That's true.
So it would make sense to be Cassandra Nova. It'd be an interesting.
Could be anyone, though.
Yeah, it could be anyone. The first time I watched it, I thought it was the Ancient One, and I knew that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. Like, part of me thinks it'd be pretty awesome if it was, because that'd be a hell of a callback.
Or forward.
Or forward.
Well,
Or both.
it's
I don't
weird
know.
now
How do you
because
look at it?
Cassandra Nova is technically like 20 years old in real life. Like,
Right.
she debuted in Grant Morrison's new X-Men run.
Yeah.
So that's 20 years ago, which,
Yeah.
man, that makes me feel old. But, so, yeah, that's a callback.
They
But,
introduced her to clear the deck of a lot of extra mutants. Because I know the big thing in the 2000s, the early 2000s, was we got way too many characters.
yeah. Well, it was early 2000s gave you the genocide of Genosha. That, was, I can't believe they did
Right.
in X-Men 97, but she was responsible for that.
Yes.
And then you also had M-Day, where Scarlet Witch altered realities, no more mutants.
Yeah.
And they dropped from millions of them to 198.
Right. Yeah. It was like 99.8% of the mutant population was eliminated.
Just gone.
yeah.
Well, they were still there. They were just no powers,
Right.
which, was also kind of an interesting way to do that storyline, to see what somebody like Jubilee does without her powers. How did they define her?
Right.
And subsequently she became a vampire. So here we are back to Blood Hunt, which is the current event going on in Marvel now.
Because that makes sense. But that's
Which,
fine.
by the way, it should be so stupid and terrible. It's actually very enjoyable. Issue 2 is out right now, and then they have all the different tie-ins, of course. And one of them is the Midnight Suns tie-in.
I like
So
that.
that's cool.
I like that.
Black Panther is a vampire. Dude, he's cool. He's just cool. I'm like, yeah, get it, T'Challa.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. So anyway, but that's it for comics. That's all I've got this week.
Cool.
Helleverine #1, Wolverine #50. I've picked up some other stuff, but I haven't really gotten around to it. That's not true. I did the Doom one-shot.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so Hickman did a Doom one-shot. I was like, Jonathan Hickman on Doom. Yeah,
Yeah.
give me this
Yeah.
book.
That's cool.
And I read it, and it was quite literally a Doom versus Galactus storyline.
Oh, nice.
And it's so cool. Yeah, they give them armor that's powered by 3 cosmic cubes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, that's the least cool thing about that armor. So it's dope. So
That's great.
That's the other thing.
That's
that
great.
just came out last week.
Very cool.
And then I'm looking forward to the Ultimates #1 coming out next month.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that'll be
stoked
awesome.
there. I've got Ultimate Spider-Man, which Hickman is currently writing. I just sound like a Hickman fanboy right now, but he's good. I like his stuff.
He's hitting it hard, and everything he's putting out is solid. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, he has very few misses.
yeah,
Very, very few.
he's kind of like a Claremont of this era, I guess you could say, because I feel like Claremont, when he was in his heyday, was not missing.
Yeah, he did not miss.
Yeah,
But he only really stayed on X-Men.
mm-hmm.
Hickman's all over the Marvel U.
That's true. That's true.
I
But it's
mean-
a different world now than it was back in the 80s and 90s. Like in the
That's-
80s and 90s, you had your hot books, and that was it. And I feel like everything's a lot more widespread now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would. All right. Well, now let's move it on.
Let's move it on.
What do we got next? You
How
got
about video games?
You got it?
Yeah, I can do a little video games.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
You been playing any video games at all?
Me? Yeah, I keep playing the same video game, though.
Warzone?
No. Spider-Man 2.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You have been playing that.
I'm just waiting for DLC to drop. I'm just trying to be patient about it. Currently, I'm just running through the new game plus mode that recently dropped out. And I'm trying to make it last.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's like my fourth time playing through the main story, and I still dig it.
You still like it. That's the important thing. Like, you're getting your money's worth for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're in a bit of a, it's interesting because we're in a bit of a drought, like on stuff. Like PlayStation just had their state of play for May. There really wasn't much to talk about.
Oof,
it's tough. I mean, there were a few, like Concord, the 5v5 multiplayer game that they're coming out with, the first-person shooter, but I don't know. It's okay. God of War Ragnarok's coming out on the PC. Okay. Other than that, it wasn't anything too crazy that I saw. Maybe I missed something. If I did, somebody please call me out on it. That'd be great.
Oh, they will.
A couple things that have been out recently that have caught my eye and caught other eyes. So obviously Logan's playing a lot of Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
They just launched I think it's a new season. They added what's called the Nitro Dome into the game, and they added a lot of gameplay elements. It reminds me a lot of like Mad Max.
Yeah.
With some of the vehicles, like some of the vehicles have like rocket launchers and stuff mounted on them.
Okay.
The Nitro Dome looks like it's straight out of Twisted Metal, and it is
I was about to say,
hell.
it feels like Twisted Metal, but you beat me to it.
Yeah, like Logan's good at Fortnite, and I'm not saying that because he's my kid. I'm saying that because he's actually pretty good. But he, like, when he tries to go to the Nitro Dome, he gets like just clapped every time. Like, it does not go well for him. It's just a super violent area with super violent characters in it. He's been playing a lot of ranked and everything, but it's pretty cool watching some of the changes that they've made to that game and, what they've done to make it fresh. So it's kind of, kind of fun.
I like it.
I'm not a Fortnite player, but I don't mind watching it, and I don't mind seeing, the changes and the fun stuff that they're doing.
Well, that's cool.
It makes it interesting. Another game that's got big changes on the horizon. So Destiny 2, as those of you who have been fans of the podcast for a while know that I was a big Destiny guy for a long time. No longer anymore, just because, I don't have time for another job. I've already got one.
I know, right?
It's just kind of what it is. The Final Shape expansion is coming, and it's coming real soon. In fact, I think it's coming next week. The Final Shape is the last major expansion of Destiny 2. It is going to conclude the Light versus Dark storyline that has been going on since the game came out in 2014. So it's exciting to see what they're going to do. Actually, it's funny because it looks like the Final Shape actually leaked early on the PlayStation Network yesterday, and Bungie had to nuke the servers.
Whoops.
Yeah. Derp. That was not good, but that sounds about right. But yeah, I believe it's coming out on like Tuesday or something. It's coming out soon. The one thing I'm hearing is the day one patch is gigantic.
Okay, well, why not?
Which they're always gigantic, so it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. But I am.
Oh, you thought you were going to play today?
Right.
No.
I am debating because it's been over a year since I booted up Destiny 2. I am debating pulling it back out and maybe giving it a
just
shot.
Just enduring that update?
And just kind of seeing what it's all about. Like, because I will say, like, of first-person shooters, and I'll die on this hill, like, Destiny 2 probably has the smoothest controls and the smoothest gunplay of any first-person shooter I've ever played.
I like it.
And,
that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one thing that got everybody on Halo for the longest time, is how fun it was and how easy it was to play.
Halo was fun.
Yeah, Destiny 2 and Destiny have very similar controls. Obviously, they're Bungie games. Mm-hmm. And they're a lot of fun to play because they're very smooth to pick up and learn and be proficient at. It just got tedious for me because in order to stay like at that top level, you got to get on every day and do your daily mission and do this and do that. It's like, holy crap, I've done this strike 600 times. I'm tired. It's just,
honestly, I'm not doing that. That's not my style of gameplay anymore.
No. I mean, it was great when I was younger and I didn't have kids and I didn't have responsibilities and I didn't have other interests that didn't involve playing video games all day and all night.
Right.
So, but
I could go for like a bender though. Like if I got like a fun new first person shooter and like 5 of my buddies, that would be like an all-nighter.
Dude, yeah, fun. I've been thinking about that. Like if I had like a couple of days free where I didn't have a bunch of stuff to do around the house and like I could just bang out some gameplay, like I would totally, something new would be awesome. But if not something new, I could definitely pull out like Fallout 4 or Skyrim and just bust into that for 10 hours.
Let's go.
And just have
By
some
the way,
fun
this is
with it.
purely a fantasy because we don't have those types of days
we're dads.
anymore.
This is not going to happen. Like, I have to live vicariously through my kids at this point. Like, if Logan's going to play Fortnite and be really good at it, then I'm like, yeah, I'm good at Fortnite. No, I'm not. I'm terrible at Fortnite. The last time I played it, some 13-year-old shot me out of the air and called me a homophobic slur. It's part of it. At least they're still keeping the racism to Call of Duty. That's a good thing.
That's nice and healthy. Although sometimes I'm not even sure who's who on that game anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, that guy's really good. Oh my, it's not a kid. It's a full-blown adult. Go get a job, dude.
Yeah, on 100 milligrams of Adderall.
I'm so dialed in right now, man.
I can't take my eyes off the game, I swear to God.
I'm so focused. Good Lord.
That's the world we live in. If you try to raw dog it, you try to come in clean, you're going to lose.
That's true. You got to have that competitive edge.
Speaking of, coming in clean and losing, NCAA 25, like NCAA football, yeah, buddy. I can't wait for that to show up.
Like, honestly?
Yeah, it's coming.
I see. That's the status of our relationship. We're so sarcastic. I can't tell when you're serious anymore.
Oh, yeah, I get that. No, it's coming, and I can't wait because NCAA football is the best.
Is it? I've never played that game.
Oh, it was so good. Back in the day, it was 10 times better than Madden.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good. But then they lost the licensing issue and everything because of the whole making money off of kids thing.
That's right.
That stuff.
You're gonna have to pay these players. No way.
Right. How do you pay your slaves? What? Anyway, but no, I guess they figured it out. They're coming out with a new game, 2025 version. I am excited. I have heard a few criticisms, like their career builder mode starts in college, and everybody's kind of cranky about that because in the original game it started in high school. And now they're not doing that. But I think I can deal with that if the game plays good.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot I can put up with if the gameplay is good.
Right.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
And NCAA, instead of having the 32 NFL teams, they had 132 college teams.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which was always fun because if I was in a bad mood, I'd boot up as Alabama and play against like North Carolina A&T or like DeVry University or something.
We are just going to use these people as punching bags.
Yeah, I've got like a 98 team against like a 52. And
it's like
whatever.
A barely D3 liberal arts school.
Yeah.
Let's go. Even though that's a D1 school now, but whatever.
Oh, well, yeah. It wasn't back then.
It's still, anyway, we're not that kind of show. Let's move on.
Right, not sportscasters.
But yeah, we are also, I think, cruising on through this.
On through.
I think it's time. We will, let's hit up the wrap up and move on to the very beautiful end.
Yes, sir.
Of this.
Yeah.
All right. That is it for episode 106 of the Galactic Dads podcast.
That went pretty smooth, didn't it?
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Nice, short and sweet piece of cake.
I appreciate it.
I like it.
But listen, as we finish these beers that we're not having,
yeah,
but we normally do.
Yeah. We'll start them and finish them later, I promise.
That'd
be good.
Absolutely.
I hope you're having a beer while you're listening to us.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That sounds good.
If you are, send us a message. Tell us what you're drinking.
Yeah, by the time you're listening to this, I will have had many beers, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have an old-fashioned tonight. That sounds good.
Oh, man, you can get the right cherries to do it?
I've got the right cherries, but I think we're going to go out this evening. I don't know. I haven't decided.
You went out last night.
Yeah, but that was a kid thing.
Oh, you're going to go out without kids?
No, we'll probably bring the kids. We'll just drink. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's okay.
So Tuesday. It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
Very good. Very good. Well, listen, as we finish off these fake beers, thank all of you guys very much for listening. Please remember to give us a like, a rate. You can review the show and definitely share it. Mm-hmm. If you're listening on Spotify, you can swipe up and tell me exactly what you think. Write me out, which would be fun. I'd love to check that out. You can check us out over on patreon.com/Galactic Dads for bonus and exclusive content there. And you get to get possibly your hands on some of that sweet Galactic Dads merch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is all very beautiful. You guys should check it out. But anyway, till next episode, thank you for listening and keep on doing the dad thing.
Cheers.
Cheers.